Okay, preferences, director's cut with director's commentary. I'm Pat Radke, the director of the film Preferences. I'm also the writer, incidentally, but right now I'm going to be commenting on this film in my capacity as its director, not its writer. If you like this sort of thing, and if you watch this and you're thinking, hey, it would be great to know a little bit more about the film from the perspective of the writer, let me know in the YouTube comments or whatever. Leave us a note on Facebook, Neil Show Productions Facebook. Get on over to our website, neilshowproductions.website, and drop us a line or a line. And, say, hey, we love the director's commentary. We'd love to hear the writer's commentary, and I would be happy to record a writer's commentary track. It'll still be me because, again, I did do both. I wrote this and I directed it, but that track would have the anecdotes and the perspective and so forth that I would share as the writer. Very, very different than what I'm about to share in my capacity as director, but that's the beauty of wearing multiple hats. This is the director's cut of Preferences. The original cut is profoundly mediocre at best, if not terrible. The real problem with the original cut is this opening sequence, which is fantastic. We got great music by Coleman Zurkowski, we've got great lighting, it's a great font. But then after the opening sequence here, shit just falls apart, goes way south. The audience doesn't want that. Nobody wants that. It's no fun to watch, especially if it's 80 minutes long. I mean, what are you doing? You're sitting through 3 minutes of a great opening credits sequence, and then you have another, 77 minutes of just total dog shit. You can't start off with something great and then just trash all the momentum that you've built. And my goal with the director's cut was to salvage the film. So the whole film would be as good as the first 3 minutes. A lot of people say, oh, don't speak ill of the dead. Don't do a tap dance on your mom's grave. I never fucking understood that because who the fuck cares? The dead certainly don't. They're fucking dead, and this whole notion of an afterlife is, it's a storybook. The Bible is a storybook. It's a book. There's no truth in the Bible, but it's not a work of nonfiction. It's not, historical fact. It's a fucking storybook about a bunch of people. Sometimes they're nice to each other. Sometimes they kill each other. Sometimes they torture each other. But what I'm trying to say is I'm more concerned about the living than the dead because the living can hurt me. So I'm not going to tell you who trashed this mother. This is Eileen Hertz on the right. She's playing the role of Tina. Martina is a brilliant musician, but kind of a troubled person. A lot of turmoil in there. Alcoholic, does cocaine, maybe sleeps around, and that's her wife. Lonnie, played by Liz Greenwood. Both of these actors I've worked with many times before. I think they're wonderful, and I hope to work with them many times in the future. I hope this cut is a tribute to them and the fine performances that they did turn in. It was just completely overshadowed by another performance that was so terrible that it's impossible to even find anything enjoyable in the film. It's not Eileen Hertz's fault. It's not Liz Greenwood's fault. It's not my fault, either in my capacity as writer or director. It's not Chuck Meredith's fault. Chuck Meredith did a wonderful job. He's a wonderful actor. Unfortunately, I had to remove his scenes when I did the director's cut because they were surrounded by filth. Once I started, purging the film of all the shit, his scenes no longer made any sense. So I hated to lose them, but they had to go. In a way, I feel as if I've done Chuck a solid. I'm not expecting a thank you from Chuck, but, you know, I know that he would offer one. This actor in the blue shirt and the khaki corduroys, it's Slick Pennies. Just kind of ran into him on the street one day, and I said, hey, you're a good-looking guy. Are you an actor? Have you ever acted? Do you have any interest in acting? And he looked at me and he said, I'm not an actor. I've never acted. I have no interest in acting, but I have a few minutes. What are you getting at? And we went and got a cup of coffee. I remember he had a latte. Or no, he had 4 shots of espresso. 2 double espressos, doppio. In separate vessels. You know, those little kind of dorky espresso cups, little coffee cups. They look like coffee cups, but they're small. He had 2 of those, each filled with 2 shots of espresso, two doppios, or I suppose dopey for doing the Italian thing. I asked, if you're going to have 4 shots of espresso, you know, fine, who am I to judge? I've had far more than that, plenty of times, you know. But why put them in 2 vessels? And, he looked at me in a way that I hope no one ever looks at me again. And we just moved on, and we worked together very well. He turned out to be just a great actor with wonderful instincts. He's exactly the type of actor you want in your show. This is funny when she moves the chair. He's exactly what you want in your show, because he's the kind of actor who just gets it. You don't have to tell him things twice. You may not even have to tell him something once. His instincts are just that good. And that's what I'll say about Slick Pennies. And that's his real name. I did find him on the street, so it's like he's my lucky penny. I can say the same for Liz Greenwood, who's playing I always forget her fucking names in these shows. Anna. Anna is the name of Liz's character in this film, not Lonnie. Lonnie was a different show. You know, I really just need to start giving Liz's characters more interesting names, because they just all fucking bleed together. I'm sorry for the swearing. Don't play this around your kids. I don't know why the fuck you would. I mean, no child would be interested in this. And that's fine. That doesn't hurt me. I'm not interested in any child. Treberson. Sometime I could name her Treberson. Her character, that is. She'll keep her own name, which is Liz. Gorshin. I could write a character named Gorshin and have Liz play Gorshin. That would differentiate character a little bit from the others. And here we are at the climax of the show. A dance-off, I guess. It's kind of like that movie Stomp.